Welcome back to Amazing 102.5 FM Sidelines, the only sports show that gives you the perspective straight from the sidelines. Ron, Laquita with me. Man, I got something I want to get off my chest. And this is really thrown under the bus. Yeah, I'm really about to tell you something. This is really thrown under the bus. This is my thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
DeAndre Campbell walks off the field in the third quarter.
Boo.
Now, I did this, and this has been reported by Katie Dowd from the San Francisco Gate Reports, the general manager, John Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know John Lynch is an all-pro safety, one of the best in his position to ever do it. Confronted him on the sideline and told him to actually and ordered him to go to the locker room. So I'm guessing that's kind of what made him walk off. But at the same time, you did quit on your team, and must have been underlying problems. Then it goes to he's been in the league for 9 years. He's been with 4 teams. You've been a problem. Mm-hmm. So run with the facts.
Yes, indeed.
As a man in the locker room, football, your brother, he just decides to quit on you. How are you feeling?
I don't want him in the locker room no more. I don't want nothing to do with you. You quit on me in the heat of battle. That shows all the characteristics I need to know from you. If you can't be with me on the low end, you definitely can't be with me on the high end when we're celebrating our success. So I just feel like they did issue. John Lynch did go to the league. He went to Roger Goodell to try to issue the harshest ban possible. So I do agree with that, and I just can't rock with that. You know what I mean? We put in the work all season, all off season, and then right when we need you the most, you don't want to go in, you don't want to play. The season's already not looking how it's supposed to.
That may have showed the real problems for the 49ers this year. Just a small glimpse of it in the locker room. Besides the injuries and everything. Laquita, what you got to say about it?
I'm the same. You don't, especially because we know like they already down men. They already, hurting on some level. And then for you to just kind of walk away, that says a lot about your character.
Exactly.
Right. That's a character thing. That has nothing to do with injury. Yeah, that's a character thing. I just, you know what? And then I'm looking at it as a coach. Let's say that they let him go. Would I want him on my squad after that? I think I'd be like, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. You're already a veteran. You're not really a high caliber veteran. It's not like you're a Christian McCaffrey.
I didn't even know who he was.
Exactly. and the one thing we know you from now
is
exactly this is what you make your name from, and that's you never
that's
ever.
Good. That's not good when you think about that.
That's not good at all. They had somebody get shot in the chest and still come back and play for the team in the same season. Shout out to Ricky Pearsall.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to him.
And for somebody to do that and still come back and play in the same season, get shot in the chest now.
You're right.
And now you don't want to go in. It shows lack of commitment. It shows a lot. It's bad. You're
juice selfish.
On that. Yeah,
you're selfish because you allowed to emotionally connect to the fact that you were going to be on that sideline and somebody else was going to get some shine instead of looking at it as a team. Like that's something you learn as a kid. So evidently he missed that some point in this whole process of sports because that's something you develop as a kid, but that's just selfishness.
I mean, but also these kids be getting babied like through their whole life. If they're that guy,
he's a journeyman though. I could expect if he's a perennial starter.
I'm talking about from since let's just say Pee Wee, he's been that dude. They baby him, they cater to those athletes since a kid. They let him have their way, do what they want.
That should have been gone out his head. Year 5, year 6,
That's what I'm saying. You've been in the league for a minute. You an adult now.
I can see you on your rookie contract. You just now getting. No, this is like you said. He's a journeyman. It's not his first rodeo, not his second rodeo. Come on now.
That's weak. That was a weak move.
Well,
basically, Laquita said it best.
That's
weak. I'm gonna leave it. So I'm not gonna.
That's not a man I would want to date either.
Okay, fellas, you heard
him on blast real quick. Let him know.
Let him know. Her bros ain't gonna go for it either. Me and Ron ain't going for it
at all.
At all. Okay, but now this reminds me of before we get to the next. On a high note, it was a school last year. They had a prospect, a D1 prospect, on the tallest player on their team. Matter of fact, he always had attitude problems. Finally, the coach kicked him off the team, and it was a quote that was said. They said, "Coach told him there's more 6'10" bums than there are 6'10" basketball players out there." And I was like, "Whoa, that's really true when you think about it."
Drop it on them.
Wow. So I think that's what really got the kid, your mind right. And the kid tried to come back to the locker room. This is a high school, by the way. The team didn't want him back.
Yeah.
And they were doing just fine without him and everything.
And that says a lot.
That says a lot.
6'10" don't grow on trees.
Right.
Yeah.
6'10" don't grow on trees.
These are high school kids telling
Exactly.
you we don't want you back.
Yeah.
So you in the NFL professional, oh man, you definitely ain't getting no
For real,
shot.
you
Yeah.
getting shunned.
Shunned forever.
Big time.
Forever. But on a high note, we got something. We talked about people giving back, right?
Mhm.
This man is doing the ultimate give back. He may be getting paid, but he's the right person to give back. Michael Vick is now the head coach at Norfolk State University.
Shout out Mike Vick.
Mike
man.
Vick,
Shout out Mike Vick,
There
man.
you go, Mike. Yeah.
Boy,
They tried to put you down, but you ain't go down.
Yeah.
They tried to put you down.
Come up. Let's go.
yeah.
Stay down for the come up. Shout out them Raptor boys.
Yeah,
man.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, appreciate that, Ron. Shout out to Raptor boys. Stay down for the cover. Mike Vick, number 7, Norfolk State. Ron, how do you feel about this, man? Because we grew up watching Vick.
Black excellence. I'm loving it. It's an ultimate comeback story. Just to, get back into the league as he did, do commentary, for the games as he
Mhm.
did, and now going to a school where he can coach young men and put them in the right situations. I love it for Vic. I just hope I wish him much success, much success. And that's the only thing I, got to see how it goes out. You know what I mean? Because I don't want him to get in there and have a 2-8 season, then another 2-8 season, then another 3-6 season. Now we're talking about, oh man, I just want him to get in there and succeed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Laquita, what you got to say about Mike
Hey,
Vick?
that was one of my favorite players when he was playing, and I hated to see what happened to him outside of the game of football.
Right.
So I'm excited for him. He's from Virginia, so he's in his hometown area.
Right.
So
Virginia
the
Tech
thing,
guy.
a great coach does this. He builds a good staff around him because he doesn't have the coaching experience. I think he did some like interning with a couple of teams or whatever.
Nothing major.
Nothing major.
Yeah.
So this is his first step, but a good coach will find a good staff and fill in those holes so that they can help him like develop this, because this is huge.
This is Michael Vick.
This is huge for him.
This is the Michael Vick.
Shout out, I think Deion Sanders for just going to Jackson State. That I think that opened a lot of eyes to his NFL buddies and wanting to give back to specifically HBCUs.
That's it.
At that,
Mhm.
you
That's
gotta.
what I'm talking about.
That's why Deion is so important, not for the wins loss, for what he really does, because he can make that call. Hey, bro, now you need to do this and come over. And now it's happening, man. Mike, learn from Mike Vick.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Any dual threat quarterback, elusive quarterback, I know it's gonna be on the top of the HBCU list.
Mm.
Any HISD quarterback, any quarterback that can run, please go to Michael Vick. Listen,
I think it'll be more so on Vic choosing, because I think him going there, he'll have a lot of suitors. I don't think suitors will be the issue. I think he'll making the right decision on who to recruit.
For this team, because I'm gonna tell you what, if I'm a high major recruit, I think I'm gonna consider Norfolk State if they call me, because Mike
You're already getting the check, is you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and Mike Vick got the NFL connections too.
Right.
At that, that's the most important part.
This is the thing I have been saying for a while now. If the turnaround could be, if these top picks, I don't care if they're in the portal, wherever they are, the top picks would start going back to HBCUs. Former NFL players or whoever would go back to HBCUs. We have a chance to start having some more Heismans. We have a chance to start having some more of HBCU players go pro. This is something I've been wanting to happen for a while.
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard though.
Hard.
That's gonna be hard.
Because I don't
think even with Prime, when Prime did it, he still there were a lot of questions when Travis Hunter, the number one recruit coming out of high school, was there. They still said it's the talent level that he's playing against. So that's why Deion had to pack him up and move him to Colorado. So I think it is going to be, we still have another step to get to before that's like really like a thing. Because, even with Prime Time, he did have to go to a major D1 university.
And I think it's not really I think it's more than just the athletics program. I think it's the people, the higher ups who in the suit and ties watching, that has a lot to do. I think it does with the college faculty, because I've talked to a lot of college players, and man, I know one guy top 5 in 5 categories at his college, but he can't just walk back on that campus like he did help build that. So
right.
I think it's kind of, and that's a lot, as you know, there's a lot that goes on there. There's more.
The NIL collective, I just want to put that out there. HBCUs don't have, not to even say this in a negative way, they just don't have the funds to match those big top dog schools.
Man,
we could. Then that's the thing, though. because I mean, but I'm never ever a person that's saying I'm trying to be as equal as. I'm saying we do have enough Black millionaires and billionaires from those alumni who just don't do anything. If they were to see the significance of it and start putting together collectives and putting that money into for HBCU schools that they went to, we could still progress further than where we are. I'm not trying to necessarily reach a level of competition because that'll never happen.
They just gave Bryce Underwood $10 million to go to Michigan.
Is that for real? Because
that's legit.
That's why how is that?
His NIL the numbers dropped. It was a collective of a billionaire who's a Michigan.
Who dropped that? They're not supposed to know those numbers.
It was released when he decommitted from LSU to go to Michigan. It was because of the money, the $10 million that they gave him, and because Brady's gonna mentor him.
Oh yeah, you got me at Brady. Yeah, let's go to break.
Another Michigan.
Yeah, we're finna go to break on that one. That's all you have to say to Brady. Tom Brady gonna be there. That's all you have to say, man. Coming back, we got games of the week. We got your game balls, and of course, we got to throw somebody under the bus.